solutions with him that are on the opportunity canvas of the Ice House Entrepreneurship program. So, John, first of all, why don't you describe the problem that you're solving with your product?
Well, the problem that I'm solving, I think, is the need to buy toys for those cute little boys and grandsons and whatnot that everybody has. It's definitely a very competitive market, so to fix the problem there is simply to bring something to the market that's new, exciting, and different that kids are going to want to play with.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and describe your idea and your concept in this product that you've developed?
Sure. MagModz is an interchangeable magnetic car. It combines two wonderful aspects of toys. Everything that you've loved and remembered, Jim, about playing with toys when you're little, MagModz still has those aspects. And then it has, in addition, they're attached in the middle with magnets. So now you can pull them apart, you can stick them on anything metal, you can put center sections in. So it just increases the playability by combining magnetism and toy cars.
All righty. Well, go ahead and describe the other solutions that are currently on the market.
Well, as far as solutions go to solving the problem with buying kids' toys, is there's so many toys out there. So there's toy cars, there's screen games, you know, like role-playing games or PlayStation games, and so there's definitely a lot of competitive market that has things to play with. But definitely the combining the two of the play and the magnetism into one product is something that hasn't been done in the industry before.
Okay, and so that's kind of what distinguishes your product as different. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about how your product is different?
Well, absolutely. Branding has a lot to do with everything, and if you can set yourself apart in branding, that'll really make the difference. The nostalgia of toy cars has always been how it's packaged. They were called matchbox cars back in the day because they were sold in matchboxes. Today, I don't know what the slang of my cars are going to end up being, but they're sold in tin boxes, which is part of my branding solution. People will associate that with magnetic toy cars are sold in tin cases. And so that's definitely something that will set us apart on the store shelves.
All right. Well, how many people, or another way to say it would be how widespread is this problem? That's back to the problem of buying toys.
Well, you know, Christmas, of course, is one of the best selling seasons for toys. And so there's a huge market or a huge need of it for there. And I would say the range of the ages of the children I'm shooting for are primarily boys between ages 4 to 12.
What are some of the different methods you've come up with to reach your potential customers?
Well, you know, definitely in this day and age, you've got to think social marketing. And, you know, there's a lot of kids at that age group that are finding out how to do things on YouTube. My nephew, who's only 11 years old, was figuring out how to take a battery apart, which wasn't safe, but it's something on YouTube. There's a lot of young kids on YouTube. So one of my markets is going to be a targeted strategy to put a little blurb of an ad in front of a movie that they would be more prone to watch.
Why will your customers buy your product or service?
Well, simply because we're the first ones, we're the original, and we also incorporate quality and safety into our product from the very get-go.
Okay. And now, how will your customers buy your product? And that's different than the marketing part, but how will you distribute your product?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's a big step after you figure out who's going to manufacture is how you're going to sell them. And so how it's set up right now is I have 6 sales reps, companies that have a different number of sales reps that work for them that are going to represent my product over all the 50 states starting in August of this year. And the sales rep groups, of course, they get a commission for that, but that also gets me to take that first big step, so to speak, where I could potentially be in 500 to 1,000 retail stores within a few months.
Okay. Now, I know that you've been working with modified cars for a period of time, so instead of me saying how will you test your assumptions, how have you tested your assumptions to know that people want to buy this?
Sure, absolutely. You know, I tell people I couldn't have came up with a better idea if I would have just been sitting around trying to come up with an idea. So as most people know the story, it kind of came to me in a dream, and that's a whole other story for another time. But simply, first I came up with the concept, and then I realized that I could use this concept of magnets in cars that are already on the market that are fairly inexpensive. And so I would buy these cars, and I tested on those to see if it would work. The concept would work, and of course it did. And then I was able to, with the right tooling and the right products, I was able to manufacture them myself, customize them, to where a person could buy the exact concept, though the car itself may not look the same. but the concept was there. So the kids could definitely interchange them. They could put one brand with another brand. They could put fronts in the fronts and backs with the backs. So that play concept, everybody kind of knows what a value of a toy car is, and everybody kind of knows what a magnet toy might be. But no one yet knows what the value of a toy car and a magnet combined. And so I believe that a retail price point of one car and a collector's 10 package of $12.99 definitely will be in that price range, because that's cheaper than what I was selling them at when I was hand customizing them. So I'm super excited about bringing them to the market at that price.
All right. John, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.